I feel like people are expecting me maybe to win some big tournaments. And of course, it's tennis. You never know what's going to happen. People were saying that I'm going to be number one, I'm going to be winning some slams. And I'm like, oh, yeah, right. Well, just let me enjoy.
Welcome to Tennis Insider Club. I am Borja Duran, and together with my partner, Caroline Garcia, here is where tennis stories and life conversations intersect. Join us as we uncover the untold personal journeys of the icons of the court.
I hope you will enjoy this conversation. For me, it was a real privilege. Before beginning, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our next episodes. Also, it will mean the world to me if you can share this episode with someone you think will enjoy it. Thank you.
Mirra, thank you so much for being with us today. It's a pleasure to have you. Our first question is, how did you start it with tennis?
I started when I was 6 years old because of my mom who watched tennis. And first she had Erica, and her and our father, they were thinking either volleyball or tennis because they wanted us to do some sports. And my mom, she told me that when she was pregnant with Erica, she would wake up at night to watch some tennis matches and some volleyball matches. So they were thinking whether, they give Erica to volleyball or tennis. And then in the end, I don't know how they chose tennis. And then I didn't really have a choice because, I think since I'm 2 years old, I spent a lot of time on a tennis court. I was picking up some tennis balls, trying to play. And I tried to play since I was like 4, but I was so small and I couldn't hold the tennis racket in my hand. And it was like falling on the floor. So then I started, trying and playing closer when I was to 6. And after that, it was not my choice. They kind of forced me. And that's how we got into tennis.
And because also with your sister being a bit older than you, 3 years.
Yes.
How was it? Did you try to be as good as they as soon as you
Yes.
could, or you were competitive between each other?
Well, of course, when I was younger, she would practice, and sometimes our coach, she would put us to practice together. And for Erica, it was like a punishment, if she has to play with me. And for me, it was like, I'm gonna try to beat her, and I never did. And we never played against each other since the last time in Wuhan. Last year. And before that, I think the last time we played points at the practice was like, I don't know, a couple of years ago.
Wow.
So yeah, and when she had to practice against me and play some points, she was not very happy with that. But for me, it was like great because I had to practice with my older sister. How good is that? So yeah, but I don't think she was too happy with that.
On tour, do you try to spend a lot of time together when you're playing the same tournament, or?
Yes. When we play the same tournament, we live in the same room. So it's also nice for our parents to spend some time together, and for us as well. And well, I'm good with that. I don't have any problems, but sometimes we can get into a fight because, she's like more like a perfectionist because she needs everything to be, in order. Everything has to be clean. And me, I'm also kind of a perfectionist, but in terms of, I don't know, packing or
room
putting
cleaning.
Exactly, room cleaning, I don't care, my clothes can be on the couch for 4 days.
You're
and
more
then,
like Caro style.
Yeah.
He's that style.
The opposite, right?
She had to spend like 3 hours getting the room ready.
Well, me, I wouldn't care, So yeah, we can get into a fight sometimes like this, and she can scream at me, and then our mom would come and say, "Oh, girls, come on, stop." And but me, I'm more like chill, and I can just throw some stuff, and and I would be fine living like this.
But it's nice to see two sisters together at the same time on tour, and I mean, ups and downs probably, but it's fun too.
Yes, well, there are a lot of ups and downs, but most of the time now, because we became a bit smarter, we know how to support each other. Yes, wiser. We know because sometimes I go through some difficult stuff, and she as well. So we know now how to support each other and what to say, and now it's great.
That's good. Now you're still very young, and your parents and especially your mother is traveling with you.
Yes.
I don't think every tournament, but many tournaments.
Yes, almost all the time. I'm trying to take her with me all the time, but sometimes she's like, "Oh, come on, you can go alone." I'm like, "No."
Spring is a perfect time to reset. Not just your training, but your nutrition too. I used to take a bunch of different supplements. Now, I just start my day with AG1. It helps my digestion, boost my energy, especially when I'm traveling or heading to early practices. AG1 helps me to stay consistent on and off the court. And AG1 is offering new subscribers a free 76 gift when you sign up. You will get a welcome kit, a bottle of D3K2, and 5 free travel packs in your first box. So make sure to check out drinkag1.com/tennisinsider to get this offer. That's drinkag1.com/tennisinsider.
How important for you is it to still have your mom around?
Yeah, for me, I'm always trying to travel either with my dad or with my mom, because I don't know, when I come home from the practice or from the match, it's just nice to, be at home, to spend some time with family and, to talk about something, but not tennis, I can ask. So I don't know what's up with our grandparents. She, tell me some stuff. Then we can call our family and talk to them together. But also, as you said, there are ups and downs, and sometimes I wish that, man, I want to have some time alone, and sometimes, she keeps, she's trying to talk to me, and I'm like, I'm tired. I'm like, okay, and I force myself sometimes, to answer and also to talk, but I just know that it's nice to have her close to me, and it's better that she would travel with me and spend some time together than if I would be alone. So, I just try to forget that I'm tired and that I wish that she was not be here. And, I just, we talk, and then with time, that feeling, it just goes away. And after, it just feels nice to talk and to spend some time together.
Exactly.
Is she involved in your tennis, or she's just like
She is.
She is
A
more
lot.
than you would like?
A lot. Sometimes, yeah, more than I would like, because she used to play herself before.
Okay.
So, sometimes, I don't know, during the tennis match, if I miss something, like an easy ball, I look at Conchita in my box, and then I look at her because she sits close to Conchita, and I see her doing, if it's like the forehand or the backhand, and I'm like, oh yeah, right. And so sometimes, yeah, it can be a little bit tough, but I just know that she wants to help me and she wants me to have the best. But sometimes it's just hard to to let it go, and I'm like, okay, can you not talk? And so sometimes I can let my emotions go as well, but I'm trying to keep it inside.
It's true. It's a high risk to talk to a player from the box.
Exactly.
You never know what you're
you
gonna get.
experienced it as well.
Yes,
didn't you?
yes.
I
Sometimes
try
it feels
to
that
behave, but
when you talk, it's because you're talking. When you don't talk, it's because you're not supporting.
Exactly,
You're not
exactly.
winning. Whatever
Exactly.
you do.
You just, it's better to just not
Yeah.
to come.
So at the end, I was like, "What do you need today?"
well, figure it out.
It's good
Exactly.
that at least after tennis, you can still switch it off, and just have a
Yes.
good family time. which
Yes, exactly.
That
That's
balance
right.
seems to be the hardest to find
Yes,
for most players, and
exactly.
it's good that you have it.
Sometimes it is hard, but now with time, we both know what to do, and she knows if she needs to talk, or she better
Yeah.
don't say anything and just keep it quiet.
No, at the end, it's true that it's different from other players because since the beginning, you already had an external coach, right? Which is
Yes.
already helping also on that balance,
Yes,
and
yes,
staying
yes,
as a
yes.
mom.
Exactly, yes.
It's good to have Conchita also there, so
Yeah,
you can throw
sometimes.
her a ball when you
Yeah, exactly. It's good to have Conchita because she's also experienced, and sometimes she understands, and she sees that maybe I can get a little bit irritated. So I've seen once that she did this, or sometimes it's it helps, and just they are now starting to get kind of starting to have this connection, because my mom, she starts to understand more English. She starts to talk a little bit, and now it's a bit easier like
Nice.
this.
How important it's been for you to have someone as Conchita, like a champion, but already with
Yes.
experience with Galvin.
Yeah, last year when I was playing here, I was, sitting in the restaurant, and I just saw one woman, just, walking next to me. And, I looked at her, and she was smiling and friendly. She said, "Hi, how are you?" And I'm like, "Hello, like, I'm good. How are you?" I didn't know who it was. And then every day she did the same thing, smiling, being so friendly, asking me how I am. And then my mom, she's like, "Why are you not so friendly?" I'm like, "But I don't know who it is." And she's like,
You
"It's
told me not to.
Conchita. It's Conchita Martinez." I'm like, "Oh," like, I didn't know how she looked. Of course, I knew the name, but I didn't, I wouldn't recognize her on the streets. And then after that, we were also looking for the coach, and my agent, he knows her very well. And then like that, we started working together. And I told her about that, and I keep telling her about this, and we laugh so hard because, she said that she thought that I was not very nice because, I was not very smiley. And yeah, so.
Well, you were following your mom's advice to not talk to strangers,
exactly,
right?
exactly. Since I was young, I did that, yes.
Nice. And you started working with her in Rouen, no?
Yes, that was our first tournament together. And before Rouen, we had just 1 week of practice together. And we decided to go to the tournament. And I don't know why, but since the day one of the tournament, it just felt like I know her for so long. And it was just super comfortable to practice and to, of course, the first match was a bit awkward because she doesn't know if she says something or she keeps quiet, and I don't know if I should, approach her or I should just, play by myself. So it was a bit hard, but I would say that from the second and third match, it was just like we worked together for so long. And then starting with Madrid, it was just super, super great. And I hope that she feels the same way about this.
From the outside, looks like, no? It looks like a very special connection.
Yes. From the outside, it looks, I think, a lot of people are telling us that we have a great connection, and inside our team, it's just so warm and cozy, and we talk a lot about anything. So for me, it's very nice.
That's it's awesome. Nice to see, the good vibe, and probably sometimes there is some tension and some good jokes around, but I think it's a good example for other player to see a relation like this. Obviously, Conchita has a lot of experience of her own career, but also with Garbiñe. And you're still so young, it's not already with a mature player, it's not every day easy, I guess. So, it's not like, it's not a piece of cake, but, like every time we practice together or whatever, when we see you with Conchita is really good. I think it's refreshing for tennis.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's refreshing. I really love it.
I think it's a good example on coach-player goals, no?
Yeah, every time I'm looking forward to Mirra Instagram post and see in which tournament Conchita got.
I'm trying to keep
I'm like,
up.
what is next?
I'm trying, but this tournament I have to take some photos. I didn't yet. I need to.
You didn't?
I need to catch her. I will.
Yeah.
I will be focused.
Yeah, but it's good, And so your breakthrough was 2022, 2023. You were 16.
Yes.
Yeah, 15 and then 16.
16, yes.
And how was it for you? Like, how you arrived so quickly, so good?
I honestly, I don't know, because they gave me a wild card into Madrid Open. And so I saw that first round I would play against Leila Fernandez. And I just watched her playing a final at the US Open. And I'm like, oh, man, okay, well, not very lucky. Well, what can I do, So I just told myself, okay, well, they gave me a wild card, in Madrid. I like the courts, I like the altitude, I like clay. So, I will just go for it. Doesn't matter, we'll just enjoy. And then I end up winning the match, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to keep going then. And then I played against Bia the second round. I'm like, okay, well, this is the end. Okay, that was a good tournament, it's time to say bye-bye. So after I think we played the first match, and the first set was very intense, 7-6. I was losing, I think I remember that I was losing 4-6 on the tiebreak. And I don't know, somehow I hit the backhand down the line passing shot, and she said it was out, and the chair umpire went down and checked the mark and was like, this sit on the line. And I was like, oh, maybe it's a sign, So I just continued playing aggressive, and then I also ended up winning the match, and I'm like, okay, this is getting interesting. And then, match by match that I played, I was like, okay, maybe can I go any further? Maybe I can win one more match. And then I tried to, enjoy the atmosphere. And that's where I started to see all those big players like in the Murray. Then I don't know if Novak Djokovic played that tournament, but I saw so many big players. And I was like, wow, it's very nice. Well, I want to play here more often. And then I lost the arena. I didn't have a chance, and I was so nervous. And it was my first time playing on a big stadium, so it was overwhelming. But yeah, then after I had more opportunities to play more WTA tournaments, and then I played the Roland Garros qualies, and just like that, I kind of started to play more on the WTA tour.
Already in Roland Garros, you go through qualies, which is a big achievement to make it through qualies. Like, it's 3 tough matches. When you enter in those qualies, like, what is your goal? What do you have in mind?
Well, for me, that was the first time playing Roland Garros, not juniors, and I remember that it was 2023. So in 2022, I was playing Roland Garros juniors, and I lost in quarterfinals, and I was like, well, I could be playing juniors in 2 weeks. Maybe if I lose early, I should stay. And that's what we had a joke like this in our team, that maybe if I lose early, I just stay to play juniors. And yeah, it was the first time for me playing qualis, and I was also like, okay, there's nothing to lose. I will just play, and I will just enjoy. As I have a long life ahead of me. I will take so many opportunities.
The perfect mindset.
I just let it go, and I was like, okay, if I lose, I will go to maybe walk around, go to the restaurant after. It's so nice. Okay, I will just enjoy the Grand Slam, and then that's how I played all those matches. And the final match I played against Camila Soria. That was an intense match. I think 2 sets. We played maybe 2 hours and a half. It was so. I played with fire, and the match was super tough, super intense. And then when I won, I felt such a relief. And then people started talking even more about me, and I was like, this is what fame is about, And I started to feel it. But yeah, after, of course, I just tried to continue playing. But then after, I didn't really care, because my main goal was to go into the main draw, and then I achieved it, and I was like, okay, it doesn't matter. We'll see what happens. And then that's how I played, and I lost in the 3rd round. And I was pretty happy with my level and my performance. So there was nothing I could say about that. So I was super, super happy with the way I played.
And you mentioned you started to feel what was fame and expectation. Do you hear all those comments, or just like?
Yes, because, well, of course, I have social media, and I try to not to read the comments and the messages, and I try to spend less time as possible on the social media. But of course, sometimes, when I'm scrolling the reels before I go to sleep, I see the notifications, when some people comment under my posts, and well, thank God. Most of the time, there are good comments.
Yes.
But as we all know, as soon as you lose the match, you are the worst. You are bad. We want you, all that bad stuff. So yeah, after I lost to Gauf, to Coco in the Roland Garros, I didn't expect that people would actually, write some bad stuff also, because I thought that it was a great tournament. Like, I won so many matches. What do you want from me? It's like it's not like you expected me to win the whole thing, right? And then people, started to write those terrible comments, and I'm like, damn, like, people, what's wrong with you? What do you want from me? And I think until today, a lot of players, of course, are dealing with that, and it's not very nice, but it's sport. I don't think that there is something we can do about it. There are always going to be some people that, are going to always support, but as soon as you fail or you lose a match, all those bad comments and haters are going to be right there, and, texting reading all those bad stuff in the comments and in the private messages as well. And I've had some, very bad ones. I remember one when I was 14 years old. I played one of my first ITF tournaments, and I lost in the first round, having 3 match points. And so I lost the second set and I lost in the third one. And because I didn't have a lot of experience, I felt so, so sad, and I wanted to feel pity about myself, like, oh no, I lost, it's okay. Well, and I went into social media and I started to read the messages that people sent me. And I remember there was one that I still remember, and I remember how terrified I was. I was in the hotel room, I was sitting with my mom. She was, hugging me and saying, it's okay, next one is yours, you got it. And then I see the comment. So the guy writes, you are never gonna play tennis, look around your back, because I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna cut your arms. I'm like, and I start crying. I start to have a kind of a panic attack. And my mom's like, what happened? I'm like, well, look at the comment. And, since then I was afraid to go out of the room, because I really thought that, he's going to follow me around somewhere. But now, of course, I have experience and I don't read the messages anymore.
Yeah.
Luckily. So yes, now I'm smart enough to, just to not use my phone after I lose for a couple of days.
It's a problem that we have at least in tennis, I guess, in other sports also. But it's good that when you're very young, you have been able to have the support of your mom, and also probably you were a mature young girl, but it's tough to read.
True.
And
Yeah, no, it's insane. Me, every time you lose, like I open my Instagram, I see like 9 requests, like I have a private like account, and sometimes it's true, you can avoid the temptation of entering. Like, what the fuck is it's crazy.
Exactly.
But yeah, you have to like hope that first try to like accept that they're sick people, so like there's no point in trying to understanding them, and just hope that at the end it's people who are impulsive and it's not a real threat, because otherwise it's tough. What about your own expectations? Like once you start like delivering in Madrid, in Paris, does something change inside you? Does like that, like enjoy and stuff start changing into I need to deliver, or you're still like having fun?
Well, now I feel like people are expecting a lot from me, and before I would say that I felt more like an outsider, because everyone was kind of expecting something from me, but not really. They wanted me to win, but they knew that maybe it's not the time yet.
Yeah, you're still very young.
And after now, of course, I feel like people are expecting me maybe to win some big tournaments or to win some big matches. And of course, it's tennis, you never know what's going to happen. But at that time, people were saying that I'm going to be number one, I'm going to be winning some slams. I'm going to be, beating all those good players. And I'm like, oh, yeah, right. Well, just let me enjoy, and I
wish it was that easy,
and I just didn't care about what people said. But now, when I play those big tournaments and there are some big matches that are coming up, and sometimes I see the messages and I hear people also talking that they believe in me and they expect me to win, and sometimes I can overthink. But now I don't know how, but I managed to not to think about it. Maybe because I have so much stuff going on outside of tennis that I don't really have time to think about it. For example, I still have to do my school. And I have a couple of months left, and I don't really have time to think about the expectations and the pressure. But sometimes the thoughts are coming up, like I cannot control that.
Of course.
So with that, I can overthink sometimes, but that's why I'm happy that I have Conchita in my box and by my side, because she helps me a lot to deal with the pressure and expectations and all that. So, it's just with time, I also learned by myself how to try and kind of put a barrier and not to think about it.
When you have those thoughts or those moments where you feel more pressure, do you try to talk about it and share with your team or with Conchita?
Yes. For example, the first time where I felt it that it was coming and it was getting bigger and bigger. It was before my first final in Romania, when I won my first title, and I felt like I was the number one seed, and people were talking. She's gonna win this thing, and she's this tournament is hers, and then I'm like, what if I don't, what if I don't win? What if, something goes wrong? And there is the first time where I shared those thoughts and those, I shared what I think, and we did a 10 minutes meditation when, she was talking, okay, you breathe, you inhale, 1, 2, 3, you exhale. And so before the match, 10 minutes, I was just laying on the ground like this, breathing and trying to not think, and it helped. And sometimes when I feel a lot of pressure, we do that. So, if we just try to learn, and she gives me some advice how to try and handle all that. And so far, I think that it works not bad.
It's good. It's really nice to see like how you are able to work in a team, and you both feel like confident, and you're able to share some moment where you could be more like vulnerable and everything. Like, I mean, they are my dream team. Like, I'm just like,
you would like to go back to 17, no, and hire Conchita.
No, I mean, I think everyone. Maybe I will not be a good match.
Of course,
who knows?
Everyone
But
has their own path.
It's good to see like in such sometimes unhealthy or like toxic environment that like a great player and a great coach like found each other and are able to get the best out for the result. But also, like, you're 17, so you need to grow also as a person, and for you it's like super important to have like a good
humans next to you.
Good humans, and like it's good to see, like sometimes it's all about professional and things like that, and that she encouraged you to still be a kid and like jokes around and even bother her,
sometimes it's herself, she's a kid, sometimes we just, we play Uno before the matches. She can throw the cards at me because she lost. So I think that me being also kind of a teenager, and she also has this kind of childish I don't know, behavior sometimes, that I think that also that's why we have a good match, because we're both energetic, and we can joke around and also try to have fun and joke about each other. So it's kind of we have a good balance.
Finding that balance, not between like working hard and still when you're not practicing or in the gym having a good time. No, I think that's where the magic happens. Because otherwise, like, burnout, ends up happening years. If you're like miserable 24/7, it's impossible to have like a sustainable long-term success. So it's good that you are prioritizing that.
And so after you started in Wimbledon, also you had some very good success. And in your match against Madison Keys, you felt a bit more nervous.
Yes, because I actually, before playing the match, I felt good. But then during the match, I had a thought that, well, if I win the match, I can be into my first quarterfinals, Isn't that insane, Playing my first quarterfinals at a Grand Slam, and then I completely forgot that I'm still playing a match of a fourth round and I'm not into quarterfinals yet.
Overthinking usually is not the best idea.
So I start to think how great it would be if I would play quarterfinal, and then, I lead 6-3, 4-1, 40-15, and I'm like, oh, yes, I'm in quarterfinals. Oh, yeah, that's great. And, I start to think about that. Then she, we all know Madison, the way that she plays. So, she didn't kind of back down. She kept the same level of game. And then when she saw me that I got a little bit nervous and a little bit passive, she just stepped right into it, and she started playing even more aggressive. And then after, I didn't really have a chance to even come back, because I started to think about the future that didn't even happen. And I forgot that, I'm still playing a tennis match and that I have to win for that future to happen. So yeah, that match was kind of one of those learning experiences where you have to, kind of be locked in at your match and not think about anything else, not think about what happened yesterday, or not think about what's going to happen after I win. Because I've had so many matches where I would think that, oh, it's so good if I win, and then I forget that I have to play a match. So that match also taught me something, and I tried to take all the positives from that. But I remember that day, and I was so depressed. And coming back into that small room, I lived in Ibis. The room was like this space, like this, and here I have a bathroom, here I have my bed, and I come back, I sit on my bed, and I didn't leave my room until the night we left. So it was a bit hard, but I got through it, so it's all fine.
The good thing is, in your case, you still have 20 Wimbledons ahead of you.
Yeah,
So.
I hope. I hope.
Well, maybe in 20 years, players play till 50. So you have 30 years.
We never know, right?
We never know.
Cool. Which kind of goals you try to put, on for this season, for example? Do you try to put a ranking or winning X tournaments, or it's day by day, try your best and see where that takes you?
I wish I could play day by day, but there are people, for example, the media, that ask about your goals, and I'm like, okay, what can I say? And since then I started to really think about what goals I want to achieve and what I want to do. And for this year I had a goal to enter top 10, and after I won Dubai, I'm like, oh, it's
Easy.
only February and I'm already in top 10. Okay, that's interesting. That's nice. And after the press conference after my final match, they asked me, so you entered the top 10 already. What's your next goal? And I didn't really have time to think about what's my next goal.
Makes sense, fair enough.
Yeah, because I've had 15 minutes since I won the tournament, and they already asked me about my next goal. So I said, well, it would be nice to be top 5, by the end of the year. But now the difference in the points is pretty big. So, I saw that Arena, she has 8,000 points, and me, I have 3,000. So, for example, to enter top 5, I think I need to have 3 or 4 more thousand of points. So it means to win 3 or 4 1,000 tournaments, which is easy like this. I can do it just right now. So yeah, I don't know if that will be possible, but I will try. If not this year, then next year. Not next year. And then 2 years later, I will be 19, which is very old.
So oh yeah. It's a bit like Coco Gauff. It felt like she was a teenager for 10 years.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You will be the same.
Forever young.
Forever young.
I wish.
Yeah.
Well.
But so you won Dubai, your first 1,000 event. And at the end of the tournament, in the talk, you thanked yourself.
Yes.
Which in the media looked like everyone was surprised, but at the end, you're the player and you're the one doing the job. And tell us a bit more about that comments, which I think was insane.
Yeah, I saw a few years ago, I saw a speech of Snoop Dogg thanking himself. He said, last but not least, I want to thank me. And there's this music starting to play. And I was like, well, when I win a tournament, that would be a nice thing to say. So when I won Dubai, I was like, well, maybe this is my time. Okay, I'm going to do it. So I changed the words a little bit, so it doesn't seem like I copied completely everything. So I decided, why not? And everyone seemed to like it. Everyone started to laugh, and I didn't say it in a serious way, because I just really wanted to say it because he did. And I was like, oh, it would be cool to say it. And then after, actually, I'm like, well, but why not thank myself? You know, I'm actually the one working every day. I'm actually the one who is practicing, who is sweating, who is, you know, always tired, who spends like half of the day in the tennis court. So, you know, okay, it's nice that I thank myself. Okay, good job, Mirra. Well done, you know?
Yes. I think it's a good job, and it's a good example. Like, obviously, like, yeah, you have to thank your team for the support and for being there in the toughest moment, and
but you're also there in the toughest moments.
But yeah,
you know?
you're the one suffering. You're the one maybe at night sometimes waking you up or whatever. But I think it's really good, and
I mean, I
good
think
job.
A lot of people like to take credit for people's success, which is fine, but at the end, it's an individual sport. And it's thanks to you that you're where you are. So, yeah, it's nice that you're aware. Good.
Oh yeah.
Do you enjoy, like, now that you're like having more pressure, like more expectations, that you're top 10? Do you find it more difficult to keep enjoying tennis or not?
I don't find it difficult to enjoy tennis, but I find it a little bit more difficult to enjoy my time off the court because when I play a tennis match, I usually don't think about anything else than just trying to win and, you know, trying to win the match. But for example, after I win or after I lose, I can hear, as I said, people talk and the comments, and I see all of that, and sometimes I do overthink, and I'm like, okay, maybe I should have done something different. Okay, well, it's a good thing that I won, or you know, if I lost. Oh, well, yeah, they were right. And, you know, that all starts to kind of play in my mind. But other than that, I just kind of didn't really have a chance to experience the full weight of expectations. But I think that someday I will. But for now, it's, I don't know, I somehow find a way to not to think about it.
Good.
How was your Olympic experience and winning the silver with Diane?
You know, when I found out that I will be able to play Olympics, we talked with Conchita, and she's like, okay, do you want to play singles and doubles or all three? I'm like, well, singles and doubles, but mixed doubles would also be good. But well, I don't think we will play good, but you know. And then we decided that, okay, I will play. And so then we were waiting for Daniil to say yes or no. And then he said yes. And then I started to hesitate. Do I really want to play mixed doubles? Because I wanted to, but I was so nervous that I would do something wrong on the court. You know, that I would, you know, mess it up completely, that I didn't give a final answer until the last day. So I don't know. I felt a bit bad that I just left him hanging in there and waiting for the answer. But yeah, I thought that Olympics are gonna be, well, they were in Paris at Roland Garros Stadium, and I thought that it's gonna be like you know, like another slam. But the organization was completely different. You know, it was I was expecting the same good food, you know, the same people, and during French Open I ate an amazing pasta with pesto sauce and cheese, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do it again. And then I come into the restaurant, and
So
I'm
I think
like, and everything is empty, and I'm like, where is my pasta, you know? And they had just rice, chicken, vegetables. Well, it's actually everything you need, but I felt a bit sad that I don't get another chance to eat this good pasta. Yeah, the organization was a bit different, so I had to get used to it a little bit. But overall, I enjoyed the experience and my time. I didn't stay at the village. We stayed at the hotel, but I came to the village once, and well, I would say that it was amazing to see all those athletes from different countries doing different sports, and you know, we were all like one huge family, doing one thing, and everyone was trading pins. Everyone was like treating everyone like a family, and I got some nice pins from other countries, so I had a goal to take all the pins I can to have a collection after. So I tried my best. I have like, I don't know, 10 or 15, which is not a lot, but I
For
have
not
it.
staying in the village, it's good.
Yes,
it's more than you.
yes,
Yes, I
exactly.
did very bad.
So now I regret a little bit that we didn't stay at the village, that I chose to stay at the hotel, but
you will have more
yes,
opportunity.
I will have at least 4 or 5 more, I hope.
But don't worry, the organization will be as a disaster as that one. Okay, that one you can take it granted.
Yes, okay.
There is never good pasta.
Yes, I will keep it in mind. But yeah, the matches we played, singles was a bit tough because I didn't have time to practice at all coming from Romania. And then I had to practice. Then it was raining. Then the next day I was supposed to play. They put me, I don't know, one of the last matches, so I had a time to warm up a little bit, and it was a bit tough, but it is what it is. I didn't have a choice, so I just said, okay, I'm gonna go for it, and it didn't go my way. Then we had a mixed doubles. I think the next day we lost mixed doubles, and I was like, well, this Olympics sucks. I hope that I can at least win one set. And when we started playing doubles with Diana, I told her, well, please, for me, try your best because I need to win at least one set. And we ended up winning a match, and we've never played together. We practiced just a few times, and but I don't know, from the beginning, I knew that the connection would be so great, and I felt like we would have a good match. And the first match, of course, it was a bit tough because we just, we were getting to know each other, what we're gonna do, what she likes more, what she prefers, and in the end, we got through it. And after that, match by match, it was easier and easier to play with each other. We had more and more fun, and then the finals, I remember those nerves. It was crazy. I didn't experience that even when I played the final in Romania. It was like, the opportunities that we had, and just the support that we had that I had from my family, and that I also heard that her family was supporting her. And I'm like, wow, this is insane. We're playing the final of Olympics. We have a chance to fight for the gold medal. And I'm like, wow. And then all these expectations started to go into my head. And I'm like, but what if we don't win? Well, at least silver is also not so bad. And all those thoughts. And yeah, in the end, I would say that throughout the whole match, doesn't matter what was the score, I was so nervous. It was a joke. Like, I couldn't put, I don't know, 10 balls in the court. Thank God I could put 5, 6, and then
it was double, so 5, 6
yes,
is already a lot.
I'm like 5, 6, and then please, Diana, do something at the net, or please, someone miss the ball, miss the shot. And yeah, in the end, the nerves, I think they won the battle against me. And then, of course, Jasmine and Sarah, they played great, and completely deserved that they won gold. And of course, after I saw Diana crying, and I'm like, oh, I'm telling her, oh, it's okay, we have silver, it's fine, just be happy, it's good. And I'm like, I see her cry, and I feel like the tears are coming, and I'm like, okay, please don't cry. And I tell her, okay, we don't cry because the pictures are gonna be ugly. We cannot cry because after we're gonna post this. So okay, please keep it inside. And then I managed, to calm her down a little bit. I actually after had a few laughs, and we got through when they gave us the medals, and we got through the ceremony. And then after, of course, we saw our team. They were all very happy with the medal. They started to support us, of course. And then after, I go into my room. I sit on the bed, and I'm like, And all those tears, they just kicked in, and I spent like 20 minutes just crying, and those tears were, just, I couldn't control it. They were just coming out of my eyes. And then with my dad, we went to the restaurant. It was like 11 p.m. and everything was closing in Paris. We couldn't find anything to eat. And me, we're walking to find the restaurant. My face is red. I cannot breathe. I'm congested. My eyes are swollen. It was terrible. But then after, of course, everyone was so happy, and now I remember it, and it's just great. I don't even know why I cried, because having a silver medal at 17, I'm like, wow, that's not bad,
For someone who wanted to win a set, it's not that bad.
That's true.
I will start to want. I only want to win a set, okay?
That's true.
Only a set. That's where I get.
Maybe that's a strategy.
I will start a new strategy, Mirra Andreeva.
Lower the expectations.
My new expectation.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. I mean, we always ask the same question to the end, no? What advice would you give to your younger self?
Oh, no.
But we will maybe skip it,
Maybe
okay?
that's Mirra in diapers. It doesn't make sense to us. That maybe we second, like, what advice would you give someone like your age or a bit younger, trying to make it?
Oh, I'm so bad with that. I don't know.
I know you need to get wiser for that advice.
Yes,
right?
exactly. I still need
Okay, let's do that. We
I
can
need
do
to live a
another
bit
episode in
longer.
10 years.
In 10 years, we come back to
Yes,
haunt you.
okay.
In
Okay,
season
that's
11.
true. Okay. I like that.
Okay. Who would you like to listen in the podcast?
Well, okay, let's think.
You have to say your sister.
Yes, that's true.
She will get mad otherwise.
That's true. That's true. I would actually be very curious about what she says.
Okay.
It will be fun.
It will be interesting.
But I would actually like to listen to what Arina says.
Okay.
Because I feel like she's a pretty interesting person. Like, she's very open, and I think that I would be very curious to see what she says. But you do only WT players?
No, we do men's or
men's as well.
former players.
Anyone tennis related.
You should do Conchita Martinez.
Okay.
Yes.
So now when you go back to check if her room is bigger,
Okay, yes, that's true. I will tell her.
you can invite her on our behalf. And Arina as well tomorrow morning at breakfast. You're like, okay.
I feel Mirra has the confidence and everything to go ask anyone. So you will be my new PR.
I can call her right now.
You can be my new PR.
It's okay. We don't want to put you in that situation. We can tell them we are in room 42, 30. They can come anytime.
Okay, good.
So they can see that Caro is a real mess.
Okay, deal.
But yeah, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Good luck this season.
Yeah.
Thank
It's
you.
really like
It's
super nice and
refreshing.
inspiring to see you on
Thank you
tour.
so much.
Keep that humility and that smile. It's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our next episodes. And it will mean the world to me if you can share this episode with someone you think will enjoy it. Thank you and see you soon!